Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Tuesday, January 20th, 2018. Welcome back from the long weekend, and just in case you forgot, timestamps and reference links can be found in the description below. We know how bad Denuvo is, as well as other DRMs, but in a competition to become the most hated one in the world, a new challenger is quickly taking over. The DRM used by Flight Sim Labs on their newest plane, the A320X, has been found to contain a tool to extract passwords from Google Chrome. That is malware. Literal malware. This is illegal in most countries, including the UK, where Flight Sim Labs seems to be based. In an attempt to clarify why they did this after initially denying it, Lefty Air Calamares said, "This method has already successfully provided information that we are going to use in our ongoing legal battles against such criminals, and assured users it has never been activated against a legitimate copy." Yes, Lefty Air, go ahead and use it. I'm pretty sure the courts would love to see how you knowingly distributed malware to gain private information. In an update to this announcement, they say they have removed the malware and provided a link to a new installer, saying, "I want to reiterate and reaffirm that we as a company and flight simmers would never do anything to knowingly violate the trust that you have placed in us." After first outright lying about the malware and then trying to explain it away, fuck you, Flight Sim Lab, you guys don't deserve trust. From there, we go on to release announcements, starting with the Mega Man Legacy Collections 1 and 2 coming to Nintendo Switch on May 22nd. Hey, that's my birthday. And then here's an official Mega Man bicycle released on February 17th, costing a staggering $2,700 US. On to some update news, and PUBG Corp has revealed their game will be getting a third map, and the first we will see of it will come next month. Next up is some Nintendo Switch news, and here's a nifty little article about some hackers known as the Fail Overflow Hacking Collective who have managed to get a Linux desktop running on the Switch. Alright, now they have to run a Switch emulator on it, put Linux on that, run another Switch emulator, and then play Doom. Then, speak of the devil, Doom for Nintendo Switch has gotten updated, incorporating motion controls for a more immersive experience. League of Legends added a new hero today, Kai'Sa, wielding living crystals as her main weaponry. And then here we have some big news because City Skylines is the next game on Xbox One to get mod support, and it should be available now. In other Xbox news, the games you'll receive with your Xbox Live Gold subscription are announced, with 360 owners getting Brave and Quantum Conundrum, and Xbox One owners getting Trials of the Blood Dragon and Super Hot. In final Xbox news, more games are now backwards compatible, including the aforementioned Brave, Lara Croft and the Guardian of the Light, and Vanquish. Moving on to stories with more substance, Twitch is reporting an average viewership of 962,000 people during the month of January. Now, to put this into perspective, MSNBC had around 885,000 and CNN had 783,000, making Twitch larger than either one and coming very close to Fox News and ESPN. Does anybody else remember a time when people would ask you why you would watch somebody else play a video game? Yeah, it seemed silly then, and it seems even sillier now. I've got one more Twitch story for you today. James Varga, better known as Phantom Lord with a 0 for the second O, was banned from Twitch back in 2016. So why are we talking about him today? Well, as it turns out, he is now suing Twitch for breach of contract, breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, intentional and negligent misrepresentation, and violation of Business and Professions Code Section 17200 et sequitur. What Varga claims is he was not given a proper reason for his ban, even though it's fairly clear it's because he was promoting CSGO gambling on his stream in violation of the FTC, Valve, and Twitch's rules. Vargas was initially invited by Twitch to join the partner program directly. Therefore, he had a contract separate from most partners. So while he may have an actual claim here, he's included in his own lawsuit where his manager, Jason Babbo, who you may know better as the Opium Mode on Twitch, told him to limit how much he showed of his gambling site. I'd personally consider that an explanation, but it really depends on how the court sees it. So far, Twitch has not filed a response to these accusations in court or talked about it publicly. Varga may be gambling with his luck in this suit, but it pretty much boils down to if the court feels Opie's warnings count as sufficient notice of why he was banned. Stay tuned to News Cartridge to see if there are any further updates. Finally for today, let's talk about Ubisoft and a little game called Rainbow Six Siege. Their brand director, Alexandre Remy, was questioned about the recent Outbreak event and the introduction of the infamous paid-for loot box, which are different from the other loot boxes already in the game. He says he feels very empathetic toward players upset by this, but at the same time, he does not feel they are cheating anyone. He doesn't think they are being greedy whatsoever. And then blah blah blah, it's only cosmetic, it doesn't affect gameplay. Oh really? Is that why Rainbow Six Siege has had multiple season passes, which do not contain all cosmetic DLC, and this full-price AAA game has had premium currency on launch? We are going to end today's show with one of the stupidest things said in all of video game history, and possibly the dumbest best thing said in all of Ubisoft history. Remy says, I feel like loot boxes act like the gift shop after a roller coaster. And there you have it, folks. Except the difference here is gift shops let you pick the fucking thing you want as a souvenir instead of making you gamble for it. I bring to you the gift of tomorrow's game releases. For PC, hunt down the Freeman. And you know what? We're going to do something a little bit different today because this game has gotten some attention around here lately, and I just want to point out that a few hours from this game's release, the developers are telling people on the Steam forum, Hunt Down the Freeman is set to go and there will be no more delays. It's not just one either by Royal Radius Studios. By the way, I have been corrected. I thought it was Royal Radius Studios. It's actually Royal Radius Studios. They have responded to many posts indicating there will be no more delays. I will be covering this game tomorrow, and I am not completely convinced that we won't see a fourth delay. Metal Gear Survive... Bird Game, Far Out, Hexvale, Abandoned Ship, Demolish and Build 2018, Gleamer Heights, and Conquer. For PlayStation 4, Rad Rogers World 1 and Rad Rogers. For Xbox One, Rad Rogers World 1 and Project Xenon Valkyrie. For Nintendo Switch, Layers of Fear Legacy. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And people in Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but people in Abu Dhabi do. Well, this has been an interesting episode. Click up here to watch the bonus cartridge for today's episode. Click down here to watch Friday's episode, which was about Atari releasing their own form of cryptocurrency called Atari tokens. And click over here to subscribe to my wonderful, wonderful channel. Thank you. Bye. See you tomorrow.